Imagine your spouse leaving your baby and toddler alone to go out with another woman. That's exactly what this Reddit post is about. It's an Am I the asshole question, and I found the title to be very intriguing, so let's get right into it. Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband after he left our newborn and toddler with our teenage daughter while he went out with another woman? Well, without knowing anything, I don't know. I mean, teenage daughter, they're not completely alone, so, we'll see where this goes. You guys can decide with me. Trigger warning, by the way: infidelity, emotional manipulation, child neglect, and attempted gaslighting. Attempted gaslighting is a trigger warning? That's funny. I feel like I need some outside perspective on a really tough situation. My husband and I have been married for 19 years. Long time. Good for you. And we have 3 kids together: a 13-year-old daughter, a 2-year-old, and a newborn. Our journey to parenthood wasn't easy. We faced a lot of fertility struggles, and my husband has been my rock through it all. That's why the situation has hit me so hard. Just like other things hit me hard in the face when they're hard. That was a terrible joke. Recently, I started thinking about divorce after I realized my husband had left our young children alone at home while he went out on what appears to be a date with another woman. Appears to be a date with another woman? Okay. It's been difficult for me to process everything, and I'm still unsure if I'm overreacting. His parents seem to think it was just a mild mistake, but honestly, I find that hard to swallow. All right, it seems like we don't have all the facts here. And why are we talking to his parents about this? I personally always think that unless it's, talking about we're getting divorced, I feel like the parents don't have anything. Like, they have no business in, just like we as children have no business in their problems. Unless it's, final. And even then, not everybody, or better, people don't need to know the reasons why people split. That's just me. I'm a very private person, I guess. A couple of days ago, I decided to take a much needed me day. I told my husband how I felt, and he agreed I could go out for a bit. I went out with my mom and sister for lunch, a mini shopping spree, and we went to get our nails done. It was lovely to have some time to unwind. Okay, sounds nice, sounds healthy. I left the house around 1 p.m. planning to be back around 6 p.m. My husband was supposed to be at home with the kids since we didn't have anyone to babysit on short notice. While I was out, I received notification from our Ring camera. Around 5:50 p.m., I saw something was happening at the front door. I called my husband, who assured me everything was fine and that he was just picking up pizza. I thought nothing of it, knowing he was with the kids. That's interesting. So so you get a notification from your Ring camera that there's something going on outside, and you immediately call your husband? That's, kids play outside too. Don't they go outside and do something? So there's gonna be movement and, calling your significant other right away. But maybe, I'm reading too much into it. Fast forward to around 6 p.m. when I got another sort of notification that he was back home. Due to the long wait at the nail salon and bad traffic, I didn't arrive home until about 8 p.m. When I got inside, I immediately noticed something was off. My husband's car was gone. I walked into the house to find my toddler playing with spit, as toddlers do, and my newborn was crying uncontrollably. My teenage daughter was in tears because she couldn't calm the baby down. I quickly took the baby, changed her, fed her, and got her to bed, checking in with my daughter to see what happened. She told me she didn't know where her dad was, but that he had told her to watch the kids because he had something important to do. All right, if he is going out, so she went out at 1 p.m., so he's still out at 8 p.m. If this is something that he is sneaking around, then why would you wait so long? She's gonna be home by then. Like, she's gone for 7 hours already out of the house. Like, weird. I comforted her and reassured her that it was a big task for her to handle alone. I felt awful she had been put in that situation. I'm sure she gets put in that situation more often. That's just how it is with siblings. If you are an older sibling, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am the youngest sibling, so I have no idea about your struggles. My husband finally came home around 10 p.m. 10 p.m.? That's kind of crazy. Looking somewhat drunk. No way, girlfriend. When I asked where he had been, he casually claimed he was with his wife and having a good time. Oh my god, that's amazing. It felt like a slap in the face. He took off his pants and acted as if everything was normal, completely dismissing what just had happened. So he's drunk, obviously, and you know, this is not the time to talk about this. Let him sober up, and the next time, you know, wiggle the finger at him. The next day, when I confronted him about his absence, he lied and said he fell asleep at 7:35 p.m. What intelligence level is this man at? Just, you know, oh my god. I was furious and called him out for being dishonest, insisting I knew he had been out with another woman. How do you know with another woman? Because he said his wife? Because he was gone with his wife? That's why? It could have just been that while he was drunk, he was still lying and was like, oh, I was with my wife, and had no idea that he was talking to his wife. I reached out to my mother-in-law and my own mom for advice, trying to gain some perspective. My mother-in-law minimized it, saying it was a common mistake for men and that I need to move on for the kids' sake. That sounds like she has been through a lot as well, and she just looks past it. This like is normal for his parents, I'm guessing. Like, you know, the man just does whatever, and you know, you just look past it for the kids. They need their father. They need their father at home. I can't fucking speak. They need their father at home. That's crazy. I hate that. First of all, I would not go to his parents about this. I would probably, maybe, you know, advice, obviously. Seek advice. I can't fucking speak. My god, that is terrible. I mean, what is the mom even gonna say, really? You know, I mean, as the mom of his, make your child accountable, but he's an adult. But that's also not the right way to answer it. It's like, don't put me in this. My god. I've been doing a lot of soul searching since that day. Part of me wants to fight for our marriage, to believe we can work through this rough patch. However, another part of me is devastated and feels that I deserve better. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously lying. We just don't know what happened. He probably is too drunk to even remember. I think about filing for divorce, seeking child support, and pursuing full custody of the kids so I can provide them with a stable environment. To be honest, I have no idea how that feels like. I was gonna give my opinion, and here I am to give opinions, but you know what? I have no idea what it's like to have kids. I have no idea if I would stay with my partner if things went sideways, because that can obviously traumatize the children, but then also it will manifest over time that you are unhappy, and the children will notice and things will feel off for them, so you'll traumatize them anyway. So just don't do stupid shit. Don't go out and, you know, get drunk while you should be watching your own kids. What the fuck? Plus, he thinks that she will buy basically anything that he says. He has the IQ of 23. I, as a high IQ individual, just scientifically established. So here I am, wondering if I'm being the asshole for even considering divorce. No, you're not overreacting. I would try to find out what the fuck happened, dude. Should I be more forgiving because of our history? Or am I just justified in wanting to leave this relationship for the happiness and safety of myself and my children? My god. So let's look at the comments. So he gave you no excuse at all? Like he's out with his wife? Did he explain that? Or is he just calling you a liar and saying you weren't home before him? Yes. So this is also my question. It's like, there's no information here. Just the fact that he was supposed to watch the children while she is taking a day off, which most of the time nowadays, it is 2025, but you know, the mom is doing everything, and if it's a healthy relationship, obviously, but she's doing everything and she doesn't really get time off. So, you know, she takes one day off and he still can't watch the children. That is crazy to me. Anyways, go out and get drunk. He was supposed to make sure that the wife is secure and trust that she can go out without feeling guilty, without having to take care of things. And he completely failed at that. And that's without even talking about, you know, going out, getting drunk, possibly with another woman, whatever. The fact that he left for hours, by the way, is inexcusable. He's been saying he knows what happened, and he never left the house, given the fact that there's camera footage from the front door. Here's the thing. Even if he didn't cheat, just the lying would make me crazy. The obvious lying, oh, I hate that. That drives me up a wall. It's like, No, let's have communication about this. Let's be honest with each other. You're not going to get in trouble. Let's just talk about it. Okay, let's hash it out. We can make it work. Even if you cheated, you know, we can talk about it, and things have to be communicated and be open and honest. This is not honest. There is proof. There is proof that he left the house and he's still lying. That would drive me crazy. That alone, I think that alone actually would make me divorce. Commenter 2, not the asshole. He's clearly cheating. And to me, that is obviously supported by his mother. Well, his mother probably doesn't even know, but she is enabling. Not good. The good news for him is he will have a place to stay when you put him out. True. He put your teen and babies at risk. He's put your health at risk. I'm also concerned, what did he say to your daughter as to why she didn't call you when she was overwhelmed when he left? True. You just had a baby and he couldn't be bothered to stay home for 7 hours to be a parent. Exactly what are you trying to salvage? Again, yes, those are things that maybe he was babied at home and he just doesn't know how to deal with. I mean, but they have a 13-year-old daughter, so I'm trying to be devil's advocate here. I think it's not working. She's not the asshole. He is 100% the asshole. Exactly what are you trying to salvage? Sending you the warmest internet hugs. Apparently my husband took my daughter's phone. The important business he told her was that he was taking it to be replaced with a new... So if something happens, she couldn't even call emergency? Like, what is she gonna do? Taking her phone, not leaving her with communication at home? What if something happens and she has to call 911? Things happen. There's probably no way, I mean, internet, but like leaving the person in charge of 2 little kids without a phone, that is insane. Divorce, jail. More than that, jail and lots of dropping soap. I told my husband how I felt and he agreed I could go out for a bit. You need to ask him permission to go out. Not good. So he's controlling as well as cheating, gaslighting, a POS, throw the whole man in the bin and his mother with him. Yes. Divorce him, get full custody and alimony and whatever else you can. I don't need permission. I was just asking if I could go and if he could watch the kids. I was just saying so he knew where I would be and I knew the kids would be safe. Yes, 100%. What the fuck? I would be seeing a lawyer. Yes. He was responsible for the kids and basically abandoned them to get drunk and be with another woman. He's cheating on you. And again, people are focusing on the cheating. That's not even the worst. Even if he didn't cheat. All right. So there's an update. Oh, April. Update. A lot has gone down and I appreciate all the advice. But for those who think it was fake, that's just your opinion. How can anyone think that this is fake? That's insane. There's a lot of horrible people out there. If you don't believe that, you need a reality check. There's like, people are unhinged, man. My husband and I went back and forth for a couple more days after my last post. Finally got him to watch the video. It took him days to watch the video while denying it. Jail, straight to jail. If it's not him, it's me. And it proved he was the one lying while saying I was. He kept watching it and coming up with excuse after excuse. Jail, 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 to jail. I told him that if our marriage fell apart, it would be because of his behavior that night. I asked him for a few things. 1, why did he leave our daughter with the babies? Yes. 2, what was he doing? 3, who was the so-called second wife? All he could say that it was that I was being too dramatic. Oh my God, this man would not survive with me. And I was not trusting him too much. Yeah, because you aren't trustworthy. I shot back, you broke my trust when you left the babies alone with our kid. I think this is just somebody who has no idea what accountability is because of his mom's behavior. His parents never taught this man accountability, never taught this man that he has responsibilities in life as well. I told him he had one chance to come clean, and if he didn't, we'd have to talk about divorce, child support, and all that. One chance, it sounds, you talked about days of this. Like, one chance is gone, you know that. You gave him many chances. Still, he stood firm saying, I didn't do anything. I was so frustrated. Of course. My God. Jail, jail, jail. I asked him why he couldn't just be honest. His answer, why do you think I was cheating? That's not trusting me. I would not even know what to say to that. I would be like, you're just, listen, IQ of 23, I think we need to divorce just for that. They put children in the world with a man that is very dumb. I reminded him that he had admitted to being with his wife right in front of me. He said, I was drunk. I replied that he shouldn't have gone out and gotten drunk without a way to get home safely, while our kids were at home without an adult. He apologized, but that didn't change what he did. I told him his actions messed up our daughter's trust in him, hurt our marriage, and affected our parenting. He just kept pushing his own narrative about that, and I'm like, God. On April 17th, he told me I was overreacting. I'm getting mad for this person. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. And that he would keep it together for the kids. No, this man is gonna make so many more mistakes. He's not accountable. They're not gonna learn how to be accountable. They're not gonna learn responsibilities. This is all a mess. No. I reminded him that he lied to me, called me a liar, put our kids in danger, and wrecked our marriage. Then he snapped and got mad, claiming there was a reason for everything, but wouldn't tell me anything. On April 19th, he came clean and admitted he's been seeing another woman, calling her his second wife. He told me that if I couldn't accept it, that it didn't matter to save a marriage that was already falling apart, with only me trying to hold it together. First of all, it always takes two people for a marriage to fall apart. Just saying. Second of all, I have a second wife, and if you don't accept that, we should have talked about this before you got a second. What the fuck? Since he was the one ruining our marriage and wrecking our lives with this nonsense, then fine, let it be. I told him he'd be the reason our kids wouldn't have a dad in the house because of his selfish, ignorant, and irresponsible behavior. Trust me, girl, this guy would have been a terrible dad anyways because he doesn't understand accountability or responsibility anyways, so he's a bad dad anyways, so whatever. And put his kids in serious danger because he left the two toddlers with a 13-year-old, which, you know, fine, depending on the 13-year-old, but clearly couldn't handle it, so that was not good. But second of all, without a phone, without a way to contact any person if an emergency occurs, no, he was gonna be a bad dad anyways. Put our kids in a tough spotlight to me, messed up our marriage, and then made me look like the one who was dishonest. Yes, horrible, terrible. My fucking God, I would lose my mind. My God, why do you guys marry these really dumb people? I mean, I've made mistakes and dated the wrong people, but fuck, man, this is like next level trying to gaslight. Asshole 100%. What do you guys think? Do you maybe agree with him? Is it not a big deal? Do you think it's not a big, I mean, again, I don't think it's a big deal to leave the toddlers with the 13-year-old if she's used to it, but she clearly couldn't handle it. So, you know, not good. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Have you experienced something like that before? Would you prefer to stay together with this person for the kids' sake? In my opinion, that wouldn't go well either because he does not have the intelligence to be a good dad. Imagine this was your parents. Would you be mad if they divorced or mad if they didn't divorce? I want to know. Let me know your thoughts. Anyways, have a wonderful day and see you next time. Bye. What was that? What? Just bye.